Skyrim is a game with a load of content and essentially infinite quests due to, repeat it with me folks, raiding quests. In this hodgepodge of quests, there's bound to be quests that are good, bad, and even some that are disappointing, which is what we are covering here in this video today. I chose these 3 quests specifically because I either thought they had disappointing resolutions or comically baffling quest rewards for the amount of work that I had to put in for them. I don't want to yap too long, so let's just get into the video. Starting off, we have a quest called Grin and Bear With It, which is actually a pretty fitting title for the slog of a quest. It's given to us by a woman named Timba Widearm, and she's all pissy about bears running amok near Iverstead. She claims that they have been interfering with our work at the local mill, which I'll explain later seems pretty unlikely. You get this quest after choosing having a bear problem dialogue option when you're talking to her.
Tell you what, bring me 10 of their pelts from anywhere in Skyrim. I'll gladly pay you for thinning out the herd.
You heard it here first, folks. If I give her 10 bear pelts of any variety, she will then in return give me a payment. No doubt not anywhere near the work that I put in for this quest. Seems pretty simple, right? This is Skyrim after all. The mountainous terrain should be teeming with bears. That's at least what I thought. Have you actually ever gone bear hunting in Skyrim? It's pretty fucking sparse in the bear department, all things considered. My original plan was to go to a nearby cave just south of Iverstead. There you can find 3 bears. After slaying the bears, I would wait 10 days and go back to the cave where they should have respawned, and then I could get 3 more pelts. Rinse and repeat until I have enough bear pelts to clothe a small village of Nords. It never is that simple. By complete chance, I found 1 bear on my way to the cave, which made me think that this quest was going to be a breeze. I arrive at the cave, kill the bear outside, steal its fur pelt, and then head inside the cave where there are 2 more bears. I hunt them down and take the clothes off their literal backs and travel back to Iverstead and wait 10 in-game days. After the 10 days is up, I head back to the cave and no bears. Okay, well, I go back to Iverstead and wait a few more days and go back to the cave and there are still no bears. I probably ended up waiting upwards of 25 in-game days with no bear respawns. So I just decided to go out and find bears, which didn't work either. It got to the point that I said fuck it and bought the rest of the bear pelts from Bellathor, which for some reason counts as collecting the pelts. I take the fur pelts back to Timbo, where she barely says thank you, and proceeds to give me a still war axe of scorching. In this moment, I am overcome with the spirit of all 4 bears that I killed during this quest, and I murder Timba out of sheer annoyance. Overall, this quest wasn't bad as much as it just was tedious and boring. I mean, the idea of being some type of bear bounty hunter sounds cool on paper, but I really don't understand the existence of this quest, at least not in the current form. I mean, there's literally a bear cave right outside of Iverstead. Why wouldn't the quest be clear out the cave because the bears are terrorizing the village? Or maybe something like the daughter or husband of Timbo was kidnapped by the bears, and I have to go liberate them from the bear kidnappers. And then once I get to the kidnapper bears, it's actually some magical necromancer bear that plays a lute. That would have been cool and fun and unique. But all we're left with is kill any 10 random ass bears throughout all of Skyrim and bring them back to me, and this will surely fix my bear problem. Or alternatively, I could go and buy 10 bear pelts, which that doesn't help her bear problem either. I mean, it's literally this woman has a hate boner for bears. That's what the quest is. Bear hate boner. Also, I would like to point out that it's specifically 10 bear pelts. Why couldn't it be like 5? That would be manageable. I could understand maybe like 10 wolf pelts. You can't go 30 seconds in the woods without being attacked by a gang of timber wolves. But 10 bear pelts? That's just too tedious for the measly reward that I receive. Overall, if I had to rate this quest, I'd give it 4 bear pelts out of 10. For the next quest, I have to travel to Windhelm. If you walk around Windhelm for long enough, you'll eventually happen upon a murder site. And for once, it wasn't me that committed the murder. You can inquire about the scene from a nearby guard, and she'll basically tell you that the guards are too busy with the war to focus on keeping the peace inside the city walls. This is more of just a general gripe with Skyrim, but like every NPC in the game is really stupid. I don't know why, but the devs over at BGS during the development of Skyrim seemed to just be smoking stupid juice, and it all spilled over into the game. Because please explain to me What good is winning a war if all your civilians are dead? Anyhow, my character, being the Inspector Gadget role player he is, offers to help, with no other dialogue options, like I couldn't have just ignored this. The guard tells me that I can ask the witnesses who are literally standing right beside her, like, did you not have enough time to walk to them and ask yourself because of the war? I asked the 3 witnesses, and unsurprisingly, none of them have any information worth using. But what I do learn is that yes, there definitely is a murderer on the loose. I take this nothing burger of an investigation back to the guard and offer to help even further, and the response I received is just baffling.
Look, friend, if you think you can do better than the Legion of Guards, be my guest. You'll need to talk to your life, though. We can't just let anyone go around claiming to be an official business.
You literally, not 30 seconds ago, told me the guards were too busy with the war to solve this Scooby-Doo level mystery. It's apparently so bad that you can't even be bothered to do something as simple as interrogating the witnesses that are standing 3 feet away from you. So yes, I do think that I can solve this mystery because I've seemingly already invested more time into this investigation than you have. Before I can finally start my investigation though, I have to get clearance to do so. So I do that. Now, I've never actually completed this quest before. I've always just avoided it like the plague because I hate Windhelm, but after returning to the mortar site, I kid you not, I immediately spotted a blood trail that led all the way to the doorstep of a master-locked house. It's not even like the blood spatters are spaced out too far apart. They're placed comically close to each other. Breaking into the house, I find a chest with pamphlets that warn against this butcher character. I assume that the butcher is the guy that we're trying to find, and along with these pamphlets, I find the butcher's journal number 1. The journal details the reasoning behind the murders. Whoever it is harvesting the bones and other human parts for some type of experiment. Okay, this quest might have started out silly, but I'll chalk it up to some incompetent Nord brain. After searching some more, I found a false dresser that led to a black magic-esque room with another journal. Whoever the murderer is definitely a maniac because he measures the amount of human flesh that he has collected in yards. Okay, so this is actually shaping up to be something cool, you might think. I take my findings back to Yorlif, the man that gave me clearance to start my investigation in the first place, and I ask about the butcher. He tells me that I'm insane, basically, but if I want to know more, that there's an equally insane woman out there that has been spreading these pamphlets and that I should talk to her. I talk to this woman, and she tells me that it's most likely the court wizard. So we have a necromancer on our hands. That sounds really cool, actually. I go back to Yorlif and tell him about the findings and how it's most definitely the wizard, and then the court wizard is just arrested. That's it. That's the end of the quest. Originally, I thought this quest was shaping up to be something really special, and I didn't understand why it was on so many people's worst Skyrim quest list. And honestly, I wouldn't doubt if this quest was meant to be something more and just got stripped back due to time constraints. But at that point, why even leave it in? I was half expecting the wizard to summon some fleshy Oblivion Realm demon that he had been constructing with the sole purpose to overthrow the city of Windhelm, and that I would have to stop him. But no, all that happens is he gets arrested. That's lame. I give this quest like a 5 out of 10. It's not bad, it's just really boring, and it could have been so much more than this. I'm staying in Windhelm for this final quest. Originally, I had planned to do the Bard's College questline because I've heard that it's the epitome of Skyrimification of what could have been a good quest sequence. But while solving the murder mystery, I got the quest Innocent Lost and decided that this would be a better fit. I would like to preface this whole thing with the fact that I already find Skyrim's Dark Brotherhood very underwhelming, even more so now that I've recently replayed Oblivions for the purpose of making a video. It just seems so lame. The most interesting quest for the Dark Brotherhood is the one where you kill the Emperor, and even killing the literal fucking Emperor of Tamriel is more underwhelming than systematically killing off a bunch of people at a party. And the big twist at the end where we find everyone in the sanctuary dead never really impressed me. They are all annoying, and the leader of their group is a lame-ass excuse for a member of Tamriel's most infamous band of assassins. So when I first learned you could destroy the Dark Brotherhood back in 2020, I was definitely intrigued. It's a very similar concept to that of Morwyn's take on the questline, at least in spirit. I probably enjoyed that one a lot more than I did Skyrim's Dark Brotherhood. As usual, we break into the Arentino residence and speak with Aventus. Aventus will tell us to go kill a woman whose name is Grelid the Kind. She runs a foster home out of Riften. Cool little fact about Grelid, she only has 2 HP, meaning that she will literally die to anything in 1 hit. After Grellet is dead, I am to go back to Riften and speak with Aventus. He pays me by giving me his family's heirloom. This poor kid has no family, and now he's giving me what seems to be the only wealth he has left to his name. After completing Innocence Lost, you basically just have to wait around until the courier comes and talks to you to give you a mysterious note from a mysterious man in a black robe. Inside the note is a black hand that reads, "We know." Now, Skyrim nerds can correct me if I'm wrong, but there isn't a black robe associated with the Skyrim chapter of the Dark Brotherhood, and the black hand is the emblem of the literal Black Hand, the higher-ups of the Dark Brotherhood. But even if you see this questline to the end in the way that is intended, we never actually get to meet a member of the Black Hand. Not that any of this is really important, I just wanted to point it out. After I receive this note, I go and rent a bed and sleep for exactly 1 hour, and when I wake, it seems as though I've been kidnapped. And yet, I still awake feeling well-rested? Astrid gives me the rundown of how I stole a contract from the Dark Brotherhood and how I must repay it by killing one of these randoms. Now, don't get me wrong, I'll always be down for good old-fashioned myrtleizing, but never when it's instructed by Astrid. So instead, I kill her and leave the prisoners to starve in the abandoned shack. Now all I have to do is talk to a guard and tell them that I killed the leader of the Dark Brotherhood. The guard will then tell me to travel to the Pentus Oculatus outpost in Dragonsbridge so that I can report this to Commander Marrow. So I do. Commander Marrow musters all 7 of his brain cells together and tells me that I should go to Falkreath and single-handedly dispatch of the remaining assassins. Now, I am literally the Dragonborn of legend, so I know that I am capable of doing so, but Marrow doesn't know that. To him, I'm just some random guy that probably just got lucky because Astrid's stupid ass slipped on an Elfseer and fell face first into the Blade of Woe. Quick little side note, if you do take this path, you get access to the Blade of Woe much earlier than you otherwise would have. And if you're on PC, you can TCL through the wall and find a second instance of the unique dagger. That's pretty neato if you ask me. After killing the remaining assassins of the Dark Brotherhood in Skyrim, I travel back to Dragonsbridge to tell Marrow that I have dealt with the assassins. And my reward is 3,000 gold. That's not even enough to buy Breezeholm. I single-handedly dispatched the entire Dark Brotherhood Skyrim chapter, and I'm rewarded with a measly 3,000 gold only? That is absolutely pitiful. I feel like this quest had so much more potential. Doing the quest this way actually bars you off from a lot of content and items. Mainly the Dawnstar Sanctuary, meaning you won't ever get the Jester Drip. Honestly, I would never recommend doing the Dark Brotherhood quest this way. You lose access to so much more gold and a few unique items, such as the Windshear, which is single-handedly the strongest weapon in Skyrim. Overall, though, it's probably the best quest in this video, at least in my opinion. It's just the most disappointing one as well. It had so much potential, and yet it was wasted because Todd Howard. Alright, well, this video is the culmination of 3 days of work. It's a little bit of an experiment. I've never done anything like this, so if you like this video and you want to see more like it, drop a like on the video, and subscribe to the channel if you're new, and if you want me to make a sequel, comment down below some quests that you think are disappointing. I could also put the spin on good quests or bad quests in Skyrim, and I could also extend this to other series, such as Fallout. Before I end the video though, I want to say thank you to my channel members, especially Annie Miltank. If you would like to support these videos in a more personal manner, consider becoming a channel member. You'll gain access to these videos earlier than everybody else, and you'll gain access to some other features. Channel memberships start at 99 cents and go all the way up to $25 a month, so there's really a tier for everyone. Other than that, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.